Slurpcast!
Cool stickers, bro. Slurpcast.net to get those. Obviously, you're a mega fan or a smega fan. You want to be all over this. You want to put that on all your stuff. Welcome to Slurpcast TV. Biron is the Stolen Valor champion currently. It's the modified old Intercontinental style, the outline there. And this is the Slurpcast Not Blood Bowl champion. And it's got some Slurpees on the side there. Before we get into it, Biron, obviously you bought it. We'll chip in. You're hoisting it and all that.
This is the only time I'll get to hoist it. So
well, did you wear it yet? Did you snap it?
It does fit.
Okay. My first question was, did you need the extender?
No.
Are you on the final snaps? The final ones? Did I lose you?
Oh, my cat stepped on the mute button. Sorry.
Okay. Are you on the final snaps on that one?
No.
Oh, wow. Room to spare.
I'm slightly under 230 now, so I fit like a normal human.
Nice. Well, that's a belt for a competition that, listen, I'll be honest, I wasn't big, and I'm still not big on bragging about doing this because it's very exclusive, and I'm all about inclusivity.
Diversity and inclusion, yes.
And Biron is the opposite. He's a fucking braggadocious braggart about, I bought a belt, I got a place, I got friends, you have none of those. And then he's telling people about this, and it sounds cool. How do I go? You don't.
You can't.
You can't. You won't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't even try. Dare I say, be shot on fucking spot, on the property.
It will be in Indiana where guns are very common.
Yeah. Before we delve into this Blood Bowl centric episode, I want to say a couple things. One, this is episode 99. We've come a long way, baby. And next week will be episode 100. Time to rescore the rescores. Biron tanked the fucking Blood Bowl episode, and now he's all into it. It's like when your favorite wrestler goes from heel to face, or vice versa in this case. And it's weird, right? It's weird to watch your hero say fuck you to the fans, and it's weird to watch the guy who said fuck you to the fans, talk about, hey, I love Cleveland. That's Biron right now. It's interesting. It's a story arc that I don't know where it's going to go. That's one. Actually two, because next week. 3, we got to cover Dungeon Bowl, the end of it. Apparently, I don't know who's in charge of ratings. I thought it was Extreme. He's keeping the spreadsheet, but then Biron does the graphics.
Not anymore, I don't.
Well, I know. Both of whom have basically
shirked our duties.
What duties?
We shirked our duties.
Yeah, you did. There was no Slurpee graphics last week with Ryan and the God tier ratings. Nothing. You didn't even put our names on there. You used to put like typewriter font.
That went away. That was the first one I got rid of.
Yeah, it's really weird. Is it that much work? Isn't there a template you just slide the video in? Aren't they there already?
We're always moving spots on the screen, so there's probably a better way to do it than I was doing it. But
no, you know what we could do, we could actually get organized. If you want certain spots, we can just agree to log in at those times.
No, that's fine.
Because I'm on the top right now, and I don't belong on the top. It's weird. I don't belong here. It's a weird vibe on the top.
I gotta take a dump.
Okay, Mike's got to take
I gotta take a phone call.
Ooh, okay. Tell the guy at the bank we ain't selling. Like whenever there's a bunch of like new houses and like a really old one, it's always like, that person was like, you tell that city slicker at the bank we ain't selling. Every time I see that house, it's like, stay strong. All right. So let's give a Dungeon Bowl rating. Extreme, you brought that up. Why don't you kick it off since you brought it up?
Sure. I will give Dungeon Bowl a 4.
Okay. I'll go next. I will give Dungeon Bowl a 4.5.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And if you're interested in playing a game for fun, I know it's weird, but if you're interested in that concept, this is right up there. If you look at my other, now we're going to rescore next week, so who gives a fuck?
Mhm.
And I'm
This
going
one's
to
in pencil.
well, because you know what happens? We're going to compare these to what we give out. That so is it up there with the other 4.5s? We'll find out next week. But at this moment in time capsule 4.5. Biron, Dungeon Bowl.
Dungeon Bowl, I'm going to give it a 4. With caveat, like you kind of alluded to, playing Blood Bowl for fun. Now, some Blood Bowl players don't know how to do that. They don't know how to turn it off and turn it back on again.
Tell you what, back in the day when Extreme, Mike and I used to travel the globe and go play very competitive Blood Bowl, you start to add on how much you spend on hotels and food and drinks and tournament and all that. You know what happens? You start get fucking angry, win at all cost mindset. Yep.
I traveled here. I better walk away with metal.
People are like, I'm so glad to see you. Like, don't fucking talk to me.
Blood Bowl stance.
Yeah. Don't get in my head. I'm here to win. We're not friends. Not until Sunday at about 3. For now, we're not friends. Mike, what do you give Dungeon?
Oh, also caveat is, sorry to break in again. Don't do the hallways. Set up your board in such a way that you don't have so many choke points is my pro tip.
If you're playing for fun and we have hallways, isn't it my job to make sure?
Yeah, that's fine. It helps you get away from it.
To play competitively, I agree.
Yeah.
Try to get 4 wide wherever you can.
Because when I played Mike, we're like, all right, let's not clog the hallways. We kind of made a gentleman's agreement.
Well, theoretically, is when you build a board, are you supposed to alternate pieces or no?
No.
Okay. If you were to try that, like in some games you alternate, every time Biron, you put down a hallway, guess what I'm doing?
Right next to it.
Right next to it.
I just made a bigger rectangle to fuck your hallway.
Yeah. If we said we're going to build a board alternating, you can build it to be fun. So anyway, 4.54. Mike, what do you get Dungeon Bowl?
I'll go to 4 as well.
Okay. There we go. That's a combined score of 4.125.
Yep.
Cool. It doesn't matter because next week. Thanks, Extreme, for bringing it up. Appreciate it.
It'll probably be close to that.
It's weird that you just started to do your job, Extreme. It's like me at my job right now. I have 2 days left and I'm trying really hard. It's weird.
This might be off topic, but Brian, you have the same haircut as Alex now, sort of, don't you?
It's
Are you trying to flop it over this balding, or?
Yes, it's my no gel. Pretend like it's still thick and covering up my scalp.
They still sell gel, like Dep gel, the big fluorescent green gel.
Dep?
I haven't searched for hair care products in so long. I wasn't
out there. Hey, last time Biron went to that aisle, he was buying mousse. Mousse? I don't even know.
The mousse and some Javon Musk. I think it looks good, Ryan.
Yeah. Extreme is still the best looking. Baldy doesn't matter.
He's the world's tallest midget. Yep. I'm sorry, little person.
I'm pretty sure he has all normal proportions, though.
Right. He doesn't have sausage fingers.
Oh, you're using the analogy because we're all hideous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on a gamer, let's say at Adepticon, if you were to rate Adepticon on the bell curve, we'd be on the high end of above 50%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, quick Adepticon question, going back to our gamer archetype. Would you rather spend the entire time in a room full of bald fucks or fat bearders?
Fat bearders.
Because bald fucks is the 40K team tournament room.
Right, and it's too many type A's in a small space.
Yeah. And I've got my army on a McDonald's tray and it's going to fucking die at some point in the day.
Sorry. You're going to set up against a bald fuck. He's like, don't even put your army on the table.
Yeah, if we were at a bar and we hit shoulders at a bar or something, it's the same thing, except now it's armies.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Start squared up.
Yeah. It's too late. The army's already broken. They got nothing to lose. Let's fucking battle to the death right here. All right. So 1, 2, and 3 covered. 4 is what? Another Blood Bowl episode? What? As Skeletor would say. Biron, why did you want to do another Blood Bowl episode?
Because I have a rekindled interest, and I know a lot of Slurpcast fans are big Blood Bowl fans.
You rekindled interest?
Well, I rekindled from 0.
Oh, you never. You never
Right.
That's
I
called
had
kindling.
interest like up here. Then I played Josh Aldis Laser Wolf Snow, and it went down to here. And then so it was down here. Josh Snow is the only reason I hate Blood Bowl.
Josh Snow. That bastard. What a bastard. So he's to blame for why you hate Blood Bowl?
Yes.
Shit. Hope he's watching. If I call him now, well, can he watch or no?
No, he won't.
Oh, because this didn't happen yet?
He's too busy doing dry anal.
Oh, geez. Sorry, everyone. Let's talk about our new sponsor, Grognard Games. Do you think a company would get mad if you gave them free mentions, but also aligning themselves with your shitty brand? Probably.
Not with 250 subscribers because they wouldn't know.
I mean, yeah, but we have like a hard 250. Like they'll
Right.
fight for.
They're 250 enthusiasts.
There are 250 critical listeners and viewers. you
Yep.
know?
And we have one British listener that I know of.
Oh, we got a bunch of Brits. We also have some leftover old Blood Bowls, which I'm still hoping that we can bring them back in with your newfound love for the game, Biron. Is it,
That'll last till I play a game again, probably, unless it's
Yeah.
against Mike, because those are
So-
on the treat.
Biron, you have a newfound rekindling?
Yeah.
Is that the word? Because you used to throw it in the fire. Is that
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
It was, you would take the Blood Bowl game and make a fire out of it.
Mhm.
Do you love Blood Bowl so much that you would consider playing Super Bowl at Adepticon?
No,
Okay. Because I'm hoping you said yes to that. I am.
well, we'll put it this way: if you and Ryan were going to be there, and Mike obviously going to be there, then I would, because I would ensure that I played you and Brian.
Mike, do you do, I mean, I know you don't want to say this on camera, but what kind of finagles can we do here?
Well, it's all
Play
done on
JP in round 2 as well.
There's no score used for. I don't use that, so everything's on paper.
Oh, I love that. I think round 1 is Biron versus JP, and round 2 is JP versus Biron.
And round 3 is a pass.
Round 3, yeah, round 3 is a push. Actually, we might just do like thumb wrestling or something, on the side. To
It's
decide.
like, wait a second, JP, you had 87 touchdowns, and Biran, you had 87 casualties.
and I'd
I
say,
guess you won medals.
TO, we both signed off. He's like, oh shit, they both signed off. What do you do if you both sign off on it? I mean, 2 people can't be wrong, right? So Biron, let's get into this because we're going to talk about fumble as well and other topics, but you are now proudly, I don't want to say coming out, but you are stating that you enjoy Blood Bowl in all of its glory, in all of its manifestations. You like the game of Blood Bowl, and what?
Except, I like the game of Blood Bowl, except Blood Bowl.
Okay, but you like Blood Bowl. It's all you fucking talk about in our chat is Blood Bowl all the time. What changed?
Well, I was always loved the theme. Always. Even like when I saw it at Moondog's Comics on the shelf back in the day.
You said, I don't want to play, but I want to be a coach one day.
Right.
you
I want to observe big tournaments at Adepticon one day.
You said, I
Before
want to be a
Adepticon
coach.
existed.
Okay, so I want to make sure.
So I had we did our league at Gaming Goat. My first game was against Josh Aldis Laser Wolf Snow, and he killed almost half of my team.
Was this the league?
While
that's-
camped at the end zone waiting to score, he proceeded to kill my team.
Is this the league that Sarlo ran?
Yeah.
Okay,
So maybe it's Sarlo's.
So-
right.
So just to interject here, in league play, stalling like that only hurts both sides. Like there's no reason for it.
He was
in
playing
tournaments, I
orcs and was
understand.
going for casualties. I don't know.
Why
Wait.
would you go?
Or maybe he was just being an asshole.
Wait, but if you're stalling to avoid him getting the ball back, why is that hurt him?
Because you're also stalling, avoiding any chance for you to get the ball back and score again.
But
You're
if you're-
You're
Oh,
losing.
he's already up
FPs.
like 2-0
Now-
at that point.
Okay, so
You're-
you're talking
limited.
about playing a league game. So in our fumble league, for example, I was losing every game. So I'm just starting to farm and build up star player points. If you're truly trying to win the game, stalling is still valid for one team.
But what does one game in a season really mean? Those star player points are more valuable in the long run because you can have a better team at the end of the season.
You're saying Biron was so bad that this game meant nothing?
No, I'm saying that Josh should not have stalled. and
If they
should
were
have played it
fighting for
out.
the final playoff spot, I disagree
On
on that.
the first week of the season,
It
you're
was
fine
first
with
week of
the
the
Oh.
season, so
Oh, I missed that part.
maybe he wasn't stalling. Maybe he was just breaking my armor that often.
I
that it
totally
felt
missed
like
it. The first game of the season.
It was a long time ago, so maybe he wasn't stalling. He was just succeeding at constantly breaking my armor and killing my guys. But either way, I had something like 4 or 5 journeymen by the second game of the league, and I'm like, this sucks.
Now,
And then I played Todd, and we only played a half, and I scored and had the cage, and I felt pretty good about myself.
well, you learned the tactic. You got
Yeah.
the one down. You're set.
Yeah.
If you're playing in a league and your first game is against somebody new, is it an unwritten rule to be nice?
You should, yeah.
I
But
would
that's
say-
when we had the whole discussion is that's how you play this game. That's how this game is meant to be played.
take turns kicking each other in the balls.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like this kid's gonna learn real quick.
And to be fair, I didn't know what I was doing anyway. So.
You weren't-
Because I only had a demo game with Mike, and I puked Taco Bell halfway through it. I don't know if you remember that, Mike.
Oh, I remember that.
Wait, you puked Taco Bell?
Yeah, I got sick off Taco Bell on my way down to the Gaming Goat. I ate Taco Bell in the car, and then we were playing at Gaming Goat, and I went, oh, and I had to run outside.
Yeah, you're out. Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty intense.
Uh-huh.
Did that sour you on the game or no?
No, because freshly puked Taco Bell tastes suspiciously just like Taco Bell.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Just make
Did it
junk.
come out like as a taco? Like, did you not chew it?
It tastes like you just had a taco in your mouth. So it's
I think
not,
it would be fun. It would be funny to barf up an actual like tortilla. I just think
or
that'd
have
be-
a tortilla and then barf into it and then fold it.
Oh,
in.
right, and you make yourself what looks like a refried.
What do you
bean.
think's in the burritos bar?
Barth would say that. So Biron, you played in a Blood Bowl league in 2015-ish, and did you get mad in that game, or was this like remorseful later on?
No, I was mad in the game.
Okay. You continued the season, right?
I did. I played you, and you beat me pretty handily, but you didn't kill all my guys. At least.
It makes
I
you
played-
feel better. I have no recollection.
I think it was a league where we all played each other once. It wasn't a very long league. I played Todd, and he was so mad because he was playing vampires,
Hmm.
and I beat him. Well, I was ahead 1-0 at half. He said, "Let's call it." And then I played Dean, and I beat him because he just couldn't. He constantly failed to pick up the ball. He just got bad dice.
Oh, did he have Kemery?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
yeah. He's way more experienced, a better player than me, but he just could not pick up the ball. So
Yeah, he's for some reason he's not good with that team. He's good with Skaven and Orcs, but
the Egyptian magicians.
yeah, that's right. Named after the Jerky Boy skit.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, overall, the only like bad game was that first one, really.
Hmm.
But I convinced myself it was like relying so much on a single D6 roll, it makes it super swingy.
Yeah.
But
so
I learned to not. I'm trying to learn to not care so much about that and not get angry.
that was like 7 years ago, and for the last 7 years you've mocked the game and its players.
But I really enjoy Blitz Bowl because it has the theme and less of the shitty aspects.
What about now? Blitz Bowl still better?
I want to try sevens.
Okay.
I think I like Dungeon Bowl more than Blitz Bowl.
Dungeon Bowl is very fun,
Yeah.
and sevens is pretty fun.
It seems like it plays so different because you don't have like a line of scrimmage where, all right, here's the first turn. I'm going to make my blocks. And if I'm wearing, it
It's
seems
a
more
weird
open.
kind of thing though, but like to me, I can play an actual real game of normal Blood Bowl and still have fun if my opponent's cool, if everything's like, I don't want to say I have to win, but if it's just like a normal kind of game, not ball carrier dies on turn 1, now I'm fucked,
Mhm.
those kind of games. But if it's a normal game for both sides, win or lose, I can still have fun with Blood Bowl. You are trying to, because we'll talk about this event you came up with, but are you trying to look for ways to enjoy Blood Bowl to
Yes.
make yourself happy?
Yes. I'm trying to do that. And also whenever because Nuffle happens,
You
I'm
believe in
trying to learn to
Nuffle?
roll with it,
You believe in Nuffle?
No, I believe that I cannot roll a D6 if it's important.
Okay.
I
But
need
as
this one to make a touch. No, it's not going to happen.
So who do you think's in charge of those roles? Just chance?
I think they all obviously, if you play 1,000 Blood Bowl games, it's all going to come out in the wash. I just think I'm more likely to roll that 6 on the least important thing I'm doing.
Hmm. So you actually think it's random?
Mhm.
You know what?
Well,
Can
'cause
we, as they say in
example-
wrestling, can we coexist?
right.
And yeah,
I
I may
disagree.
not agree with you, but
I disagree with this game, but I'll die for its right to exist.
I do think that there are other factors in games I play. I think there's all kinds of shit going on in the fucking air, in the fucking sky, under the fucking ground, inside the core of the earth. All these things happen that cause me to roll ones. And I'm gonna get to the bottom of this one of these days. I might have to have Mike check out the science side of it all, because I don't know where to even begin.
Well, it's crazy because when the Dodge Bowl game I played with Mike, I broke his armor like over and over and over again, rolling out my ass, but I couldn't
Yeah.
take him out.
Yeah, you kept stunning me. That was
Yeah.
it.
And you think that was a coincidence?
Follow the money is all I'm saying.
So naive. I love you anyway, but so fucking naive.
Oh, you so sweet summer child.
Right. So such naivete, if you will. All right. So we're talking about Biron liking Blood Bowl enough to find ways to make it appeal to him.
Mhm.
You didn't like the game at all. You liked the idea of it, and then you tried it and said, I fucking hate it. And now you're like, hold on, because you're building teams, you're painting, you're into that. If all of these newfound methods to enjoy the game completely flop for you, where do you go from there?
I pack up shop and say, I'll play this game, but only with Mike.
Hmm. I thought you were going to kill yourself.
I think it's because Mike is one of the most graceful winners I know.
If you catch him on a good day,
Yeah.
He can be a little prickly though. You know what I mean? If things aren't going his way in Blood Bowl, if
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
he'll like if you pull some bullshit out of your ass,
Yeah.
he'll go, He'll go,
I'm right. He
uh-huh.
puts it in his like book of
And
grudges.
then you know
Yeah.
what? If you pull some real bullshit and you know it's true, Mike, he'll go, oh please. And then it's like, you know what, man? Today's my fucking day. Like today's
But-
my day.
Yeah.
But it's also
Because
the first time I played Dreadball, I hated it because I didn't understand what I should be doing. You know, I just line my guys up as if I'm playing football. Like, well, I'll put my big guys in the front because they're the offensive line, and that's not the way to play. And I kind of realized that where you don't want all your guys on the line, you need to make them move to get to block you. And also, like, I was watching some strat videos on Wood Elves. It's like you have your linemen. Your first goal is to disengage them, get them off.
Yeah.
So for years I played Wood Elves, the Shamrock Shakes, and my goal is to never end a turn with any of my guys next to you.
Yeah.
That was just my overall at any point in
When in
time.
doubt, when you don't know
Right.
what to do that.
Right. And so if I go one square away and if I want to manage where the ball is,
Mhm.
all I'm doing is just stopping you from getting a free hit on me. And if I want to obviously do something, I'll move much further. But that was, easier said than done. There was plenty turns where, turnover on the first action, and then it's like, well, there goes that turn. I'm about to be dead in a second.
I know that's how I have to prepare myself for. It's like it can go south fast with those sprightly elves.
So Extreme, I want to ask you, since you are a longtime Blood Bowl aficionado, does this new Biron love, does it make you feel, how does it make you feel, like emotionally? Are you like weirded out by it? Do you think he's are you waiting to get set up like there's a big punchline? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how does this make you feel? Is it fake? Is he a fucking poser?
No, I mean, if he's having fun, then good for him. I hope he has fun with it. I find it hard to believe that he will have fun with it, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Mike?
show up at Chaos Cup and go, all right, it was a goof, and I'll leave.
Yeah. Well, all you have to do is sign up, and then in your first game before it starts, just fucking say, just leave, and
Mhm.
just fuck up the whole tournament.
No, set up, go, oh, I got to go to the bathroom, and just leave and never come back.
That's actually been done in Blood Bowl before, but they actually went to the bathroom and never came back. Like that's been done. So Mike, how does this make you feel? Is this weird to you? This Biron love? Are you waiting for waiting for the big reveal.
It's an odd switch, but he's bought a ton of crap. He's committing to it, so
Yeah.
Am I
as
a-
we learn-
Am I a scroll?
possibly. As we learned a couple weeks ago in that, is it the Pavlov hierarchy of needs? Is that what that's called? Is there a
Well,
hierarchy?
Pavlov's the dog guy.
What's
Yeah.
the hierarchy of needs?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
In the hierarchy of gaming, you mentioned he bought it, Mike. You said he bought a lot of stuff.
yeah.
I'd say, what the fuck does that prove? Because if that's his number one love is buying stuff, that may not mean anything.
True.
I
But it's
bought
more
third party
commitment than
stuff.
not buying it.
I bought third party stuff, so I wasn't using just all my bullshit store credit.
Yeah.
Hmm. Did you buy that because you could say it wasn't really me, it was a third party?
It's not Blood Bowl, it's Grebo Games,
Right.
or Mailstorm Gaming, or whoever.
Like, the receipt says Biron. No. It was a third party.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
I went through an intermediary.
So, Biron, going from being spurned by the game to hating it to now I'm liking it. Where are you now? Are you saying, you know what, I might as well come up with an event that suits my needs?
Yeah, I said if I were to be a Blood Bowl tournament organizer and I wanted to make an event that I would be interested in playing in, what would I do? I would
Not
do
Blood
an
Bowl.
event with no actual Blood Bowl in it.
So what is it, like weird fucking things? Like we gotta guess each other's, secret crush.
Yeah.
What are like the other
Well, it's going to
games?
take place in the Mall Madness board.
Well, if it's not Blood Bowl, what is it?
It is everything Blood Bowl that's not the actual full Blood Bowl. Are we going to go into what our event is? Is that what we're going now?
I've been leaning you this whole time, so yeah.
I'm not good at that. So it is the officials Lurpcast Invitational, not Blood Bowl tournament.
Oh, officials now in there? I thought it started with Z. So now it's the Oziferable?
Yes. It's got the -Z and then there's a notation at the bottom of what the Z indicates.
O apostrophe? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's going to be 3 rounds because every tournament should be no more than 3 rounds. 3 rounds max. It's just us 4. We each play each other once, but only in each separate event. So event 1 of our Olympics of Blood Bowl that's not Blood Bowl is going to be Blitz Bowl.
Mhm.
You will pick a standard Blitz Bowl team, but if you want to use one of the fan created teams, I don't care.
What are fan created? What does that mean?
There's teams that they'd never released official rules for in Blitz Bowl, like the
Who's they?
Necromantic team,
Who is they?
Games
Who is
Workshop.
they?
But there's,
Grandma Willie, if you will.
there's a ultimate edition coming out though, so maybe those will be in there.
Maybe, but I only have the cards for
See,
Kirk.
I only have the penultimate edition.
yeah. Is that going to be a Barnes and Noble exclusive as well? Do you think?
It's unclear. People have said yes, but then people have said the Barnes and Noble deal's over. So don't
I
know.
heard a rumor that this is going to be the final nail in the Barnes and Noble coffin to put him out of fucking business.
Yeah,
Um,
They do have like a big collection of GW games in the exact same box with different names on it, like Combat.
Yeah.
Control and shit.
like this one has a bunch of Necrons on hexes with a bunch of fucking dust on the box. Like, yeah, that will continue to sit there.
And then when they blow them out at 80% off, all the Blood Bowl players are like, I just bought two Blitz Bowl teams and I got a full Blood Bowl team for $10.
You know what I do? I walk past that whole section and I go to the gifts under $10 section.
I
You
go
might
to the
get
ones
like
that are right by the entrance. Otherwise,
Yeah,
unless
get
the
like a
books,
cool little.
they don't care if
yeah.
it gets stolen.
I love that stuff. It's like, 10 secrets they don't want you to know. I love it. Give me that. Don't give me the fucking fake ass 40K game.
Warbirds of the Luftwaffe
Right.
cocktail book.
Okay, Biron. So Blitz Bowl will be round 1.
Round 1 will be Blitz Bowl. You pick your army.
What are we doing? Oh,
I was looking to see if Brian protests. Pick your team. And after that, you take, and Brian and I have been workshopping this, but we don't know if we're going to be 2 random players or 2 players you choose. Get to either roll or pick upgrades. And this is to motivate you to keep kind of the same team going into round 2.
Okay. Are the skills are different though in the 2 games, right?
We haven't decided. Well, it won't matter what the Blitzball skills are because you won't be using them. You'll be using them in the next phase, which is sevens.
Oh, so you're saying in Blitzball, if I got 2 skills in Blitzball, I get 2 new ones for sevens?
No, your Blitzball team starts generic, just how they are.
Oh, out of the box. Okay.
Yeah. So then you move them on to sevens, and you could take 2 of those players and give them upgrades.
Okay.
And I haven't decided. What do you think, Brian, about that? At that point, you could expand to a college team, the colleges of Magic, for sevens.
Oh, for 7, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. So you could have like, okay, I played halflings in Blitzball, but then I'm transitioning to College of Life for sevens. So you could add Wood Elves or Nurgle.
I think it'd be fine because you're still really limited in sevens because you can only take 4 position players.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna go crazy.
So you're going to switch over to the team lists that are in Dungeon Ball for sevens.
Right.
If you want to.
If you want to, you don't have
If you want to. Well, most of them allow you, not every team, but it seems like most of those have like, you could play a straight team like this one. Not every team, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
Fire,
Not every team has, you could play a full team of
right.
whatever.
I could play all dwarves and fire without anything extra if I want to, but you
Right.
can't, like Imperial Nobility, I don't think has its own. I think that's always like an add-on. So
Yeah.
okay.
So you go to sevens and you're going to want to obviously keep your 2 guys that have upgrades, and then you fill out the roster to make a sevens roster.
So
Yeah.
everybody has names.
Yeah.
Players have to have names because
Yeah.
they're gonna have, if they die in Blitzball, can we say they die in sevens?
No, everyone resuscitates. Just like a
Nobody dies in Blitzball, right?
Yeah,
There's no
nobody
death.
dies.
They just
Nobody
faint
dies
like
in
Pokemon.
Blitzball?
No.
What if I fucking crump you 11-7 times?
Then I'm really injured, but I'll
And
be
you
back.
spent a lot of your actions doing that and not getting victory.
And you know what? It's not about how many times you get knocked down, Extreme.
How many times you get back up?
Okay,
So
so
sevens, so you have your 2 upgraded players and you fill out your roster for sevens.
Okay.
After sevens, the final event is Dungeon Bowl.
Hmm.
So you have your 2 guys you upgraded from Blitz Bowl. They each get 1 more upgrade. And also 2 other players from sevens get upgrades.
Okay.
So you're gonna have 2 guys that started in Blitz Bowl that are gonna have 2 skills each. And 2
So
guys
the
that were in
sevens
sevens
team-
gonna have a skill each.
are you keeping the same team or are you adding more players again?
You're adding more players.
Okay.
But you're going to want to obviously keep the guys from Blitz Bowl because they're going to have a second upgrade by the time you get to Dungeon. So they're going to have character. You're going to come to love these 2 guys. Or
So just to get some numbers in there, so is Blitzball is 6 players, right?
is it depending on the team or no? I can't remember.
It depends how many are on Sprue. Like Undead has 7.
Yeah.
Roughly like 6.
Roughly 6, yeah.
And then sevens is 11.
Up to 11.
Up to 11.
Okay. And then Dungeon Bowl is 16.
Up to
Yeah.
11 to 16.
So I'm asking this because, is there money then, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think once you get to sevens, you could pay for, you get a budget for sevens, compensating for the 2 guys that are coming on with skills.
Okay. I just didn't know if you wanted us to buy players with money or like just pick players regardless of money.
I think it's still money because otherwise, like, oh, look, I got all war dancers.
Why not? I was going to play all war dancers, call it the fucking College of War Dancers.
It's a very prestigious university.
Yes.
But I don't think we just, I think we're still trying to figure out if we want to do you just pick your skills, or I think it'd be more fun to roll on them.
If I get a vote, which it sounds like you 2 are workshopping on the fucking side, whatever. If I get a vote, I like random skills, but I like the old Fat Finley thing you used to mention, where you create a pool of skills and then you random from that.
Yeah.
So then it's
That
not.
sounds cool.
Then we're not stuck with fucking shadowing, unless
Yeah. Unless you want it.
unless you. I mean, theoretically, here's what I would do. Again, you guys are workshopping. I'm not involved. I'm just guy on the side, guy watching through the blinds. I'd make it a D8 table, and I'd say, Mike, give me 2. I'll give 2. Beer on 2. Extreme 2.
Yeah.
They could be 2 good ones. They could be 2 bad ones. If I want to fuck you guys over, I'm picking shadowing and whatever. We all roll on the same table, regardless of what player or position it is. And those are the 8 skills. If you already have the skill,
Reroll.
you can re-roll. If there's more than one of that skill on the board, oh well. unless you already have it.
Right.
Thoughts? As in the work? I don't. I mean, you guys are workshopping, so whatever. But
That sounds fun. That's all I care about.
you're doing your own thing. You're But
As long as Leap's in there. Although I did watch a long video explaining how Leap got worse, and I was a little bummed by that.
I mean, are you playing Wood Elves? Because as a Wood Elf player, you love Leap.
Well, it's got worse though. Like it's harder to do or something to pop
Yeah.
into it.
Oh, because there's tackle zones now.
Yeah.
You know what? Give that ward answer agility 5, strip ball. You jump fucking in there.
I did it. Oh, he's dead.
2 dice uphill doesn't even matter.
Because I got
Anyway.
Lodge.
Not even that. You just want to push.
Yeah.
2 dice uphill with rerolls, you'll get a push, guaranteed. You'll make a push happen.
Unless
Anyway.
they have hurt hands.
Doesn't matter, Extreme. We're negating that one.
That's
Ooh, that's
taken out- everyone has sure hands.
How about another D8 table we roll on and you lose that skill if anyone has it? Start losing shit. Down inside the dungeon, you forgot how block works.
I'm going to bring dwarves and lose block on my entire team.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow, these guys suck and they're slow. I
You
would
know what
even
you
take
won't-
them.
You brought up sure hands Extreme. I mean, isn't that only if you can score with dwarves though?
you know, it's the step
Ooh.
one is picking up the ball. So yeah,
Yeah. I had real life stab skill in the back on that one. So before we get into your fumbling a fumble, Extreme, Biron, this tournament is not open. This is invitational only.
It is open from the aspect that all 4 of us are invited.
Mike, as
But it's
a
also, we could consider it a beta test. If it turns out fun, we could license it out as
I
an
don't have to
official
go to
format.
someone else's. I'm not going to go to someone else's though.
No, but we collect royalties if they use it.
So you're saying if someone does it now, right now, we have no recourse?
Right. We have to hope they don't do it until we have our first one in the books.
Okay. Do you want to like tell anyone, like to the camera, like you better not?
Hey, don't do this yet. Patent pending.
You better not. All right, that'll learn them. Is each game worth the same? Are we
I think it will be, and then we'll have to do tiebreakers because
yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Is I will say this.
like you control your own destiny. You win all 3,
Sure.
you win.
When you fellows are workshopping on the side on this, something to keep in mind. Some people, not us, some people complain about how Blood Bowl tiebreakers work. So for example, if you gave bonus points for keeping it close, I lost 2-1, you lost 5-0, I get a better score. Some will complain it's not fair. My team is not good at scoring or whatever.
Mhm.
If you give bonus points for things like touchdowns and casualties, some will complain. My team isn't good at those things, and thus I'm not good at getting bonus points. If you use strength of schedule as a tiebreaker,
Which
it's
we all have
not
the
my
same schedule.
fault. Yeah, not my fault who I had to play. Are you prepared, Biron, for the fucking onslaught, 6mm models from the Mike has, onslaught of complaints that will happen for a poor judgment exercise of tiebreakers in this tournament?
Let's see. Well, I wouldn't argue it because I will probably my best chance is Blitz Bowl, I think, to win a game.
You never know. Dungeon Bowl is pretty random.
Yeah, that's true. You could get crazy lucky.
You're gonna have the hardest time with 7s.
I think with this setup with the 3 games, it's probably the most random Blood Bowl you could play. Like I don't think skill is going to matter nearly as much as it usually does.
7s are probably the most skill oriented, although yeah.
And are you saying that Extreme because like you've kind of been
That way, if
fading-
you lose, you got an out.
your skill's been fading over the last few years?
No, I mean I don't need an excuse. I'll accept that. That's fine. But I'm just saying in general, the Blitz Bowl is going to be crazy, and then 7s is probably the most of the 3. It'll be strategic, and Dungeon Bowl, anything can happen in the dungeon.
So at this point, obviously, wins are the number
Right,
one.
right. If you win all 3, you guarantee a win because you placed everyone, so you're going to be the only one with 3-0. But if we have 2-1, 2-1, 0-3, or whatever,
So we could have a 2-1, 2-1, and 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Dice off.
Good.
Most fouls wins.
What's
We keep
that?
track of fouls all day long. We
Yeah.
keep
No,
track
I
of
like-
fouls.
Just take a high card from a playing card deck. We call it a day.
No, we'll do best painted just so Brian wins.
He'll win automatically. Well, I'm going to buy my team, so I'm eligible too.
That's right. And I would argue it's not best painter, it's best
No.
painted.
My team looks fucking great. Now Brian's great too, though, and Mike's pretty great. And Biron, you're getting good. But
Well, I haven't painted in a while and it shows.
is painted mandatory?
Yes.
Of course. Don't even ask.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
especially if we're playing at extremes. It's kind of it'd be an insult.
Oh, it's like using the wrong fork at a fancy restaurant. You know what I
Right.
mean? How dare you? How dare you? So Blitz Bowl, we using those end game cards?
Oh, the ones at the very end that jack up the points to ensure
Yeah.
a winner.
Yeah.
Okay. So Blitz Bowl winner, obviously most points, and that's self-explanatory in that game. Sevens is a normal game of Blood Bowl, essentially from a scoring standpoint, right?
Mhm. Yep.
And then Dungeon Bowl is that first to score.
First to score.
Okay.
In 2 separate dungeons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we also talked about the 2 separate dungeons. Instead of getting lost, you can.
Oh,
hop
you
over
go
to
into the other dungeon? Yeah.
So wait, if so, if I jump on Portal 4 and
And you roll a 4.
I now go into the other player's game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then on your turn, you activate that model in that game, and you can screw with other people
Or score in
decide
their
who your
dungeon.
system-
Yeah.
or attempt to
I would
score,
say
or
if
just-
you manage to score in the other player's dungeon, that's a tiebreak for sure.
Okay.
That's the first tiebreak.
You could also, I mean, I'm not trying to rain on everyone's parade. You could say that if you do a multiverse dungeon leap, the ball doesn't go.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
the
for
ball
sure.
doesn't. The ball.
Yeah, the ball doesn't go.
Yeah.
It's the
But
rules.
you can get the ball in the other dungeon's ball and score, and then you win.
You don't have turns in that game. How does that work?
It will be activated on your turn when you're activating your team. You'll go over to that game and activate that model as well.
Okay.
So you could just jump through another portal and hope to get lost again to come back to your game if you wanted to.
But it sounds more fun to go play in 2 dungeons.
Yeah, but you have 2 teams you're going to have to get past to score, so I don't think it's very likely.
How do you get back to your own? Do you have to get lost
You
again?
have to get lost
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
It sounds fun in theory. We'll see.
It's gonna be a mess, or someone's gonna turn in win in 2 seconds.
That's even better. That's the ideal situation.
So this sounds like a fun time. And this is going down at the end of May. Biron, what will the winner get?
The winner gets,
Besides a series of blowjobs.
well, everyone gets that.
Yeah.
Just for showing up. That's the door prize. The winner gets the championship belt. This is a traveling belt, so the winner gets to hold on to it until the next
Yeah.
not Blood Bowl championship.
Do you want to make any rule that says if you are the current belt holder, you get things in your games?
Well, let's see how we do.
I mean, how about this? If you're wearing the belt, you get a free force a reroll on the other player.
Like force them to reroll. That'd be
One
fun.
time in the whole tournament.
Yeah.
That's using the belt on somebody. You're like, boom, just caught that touchdown. Reroll that catch, motherfucker.
Mhm.
I
You got-
like
but to
rules
do
that-
it, you gotta throw down the Brian fuck.
Well, you got to hit him with the belt, I'm thinking. And
No,
they got to
you-
spell it.
You can use the Brian fuck cancer coin. You throw that down, and that makes you win a through.
What were you
I
saying?
like
Shane?
rules that are once per tournament. I think that's fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the
Uh,
neon green. It felt slurpy.
Is that Slurp Piss flavor or Slurpee flavor? Slurpee flavor.
It's like
uh,
the lemon lime one.
Okay. Well, if it's Slurp Piss, no offense to Jeffro. I don't want to put my tongue on it. You know, I had a hard time with that beer. I'm not going to lie. I had a hard time with it. I almost died. I almost drank it. It fucking exploded in my fucking lungs or wherever. So this tournament is not NAF approved, or is it, Mike?
No,
And why is that? It doesn't fit the mold.
you can't have invitationals.
What if we open up registration for it 2 minutes before or we open up invitation, we open it up, but give the wrong date?
Well, It's very easy. All you have to do is just put, and if you think 4 is too little, you put up registration for 8s and you have it filled up before they get there. And 5 through 8 are made up names, you guys. And guess what?
We
They
got
didn't show up.
Jenny, we got Liberty, we got
Yeah.
Alex, and we got Luna.
Yeah, and they didn't show up.
Luna. Luna
So the
wins.
tournament comes. What happened? Fucking traffic.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. And then they didn't show up. And then you just, we play with who we got. Can we get somebody to take their spots? It's too late. I wish we could, but it's too late. Extreme, you ran an invitational way back when in your garage, and that was your way of keeping out the riffraff, right?
Yeah, and I thought it would be cool to have an invitational, and I thought people would like it, and I think I learned that it didn't need to be an invitational.
No, it was fine. I mean, you were wasted, so you don't remember any of it.
It was a rough night, yes.
Yeah, you were on a different planet. That was just hilarious. One thing you enjoyed though.
I really appreciated people recording me trying to do math at the end of the tournament, and then me watching that the next day. That was a
will
real
tell you,
proud moment.
You were very enthralled by a YouTube video I showed you of me slapping the bass. You're like, "That's you? That's so awesome!" And I was like, "This whole thing." And then you also love that the score sheets had like fucking blood and piss and cum on them. You thought that was really cool to like mark it up with things other than a pen. You like like drink rings and shit.
Going back to, I have a question, a Blood Bowl question. I wonder if the ZAF, Zlurpcast, American Football, whatever the hell NAF's called. What does NAF stand for? North American Football?
Amoracle.
Oracle.
It's not America. It's Amoracle.
I would like to see us generate a list of approved star players.
I just don't think star players are going to work in this format at all.
No, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about
Oh,
just overall.
okay.
Like ones that I wouldn't feel shameful for you bringing. Like I assume
still-
Acorn's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the test really is if you take the star player off your team and you look at your team, is it a real team?
Is it still shitty? Yes. So it's real.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say if it's under 150,000, they're fine or something?
I've been working on my tree man.
Because some of the star players that are more than that just suck. Like Gretchen, I think you bought Gretchen. Like,
Yep.
she's just not good.
But she
So
looks
she's
cool.
approved.
What about like the elf twins that no one's ever going to buy?
I think it's a really cool concept, but it's not really a very good game design.
Like Dwarves with Griff when it came 1 and 2 at LVO or whatever.
Right. So if you take Griff off that roster and you look at that roster, you can't tell me that's a good team. So that would not be.
Has anyone called a dwarf team that has Griff like Grorfs?
I'm sure somebody has.
Okay, I was just wondering
Yeah.
if this was the first, like in human history, anyone recorded saying the word Grorf.
Dwarves with Griff.
Yeah. Like it's the record of anyone ever saying Grorf, ever. I hope this is it.
It might be.
People say it's a made up word. You know what I say? All words are made up, bitch.
Yep.
And
Oh,
I say, who put it on a shirt first? Throw
Oh,
it on
yeah,
a shirt
Dwarf.
before.
Yeah, we should get to work on that. Be a top seller right after SMAT. All right, cool. Anything else, Bureau, we should talk about on this this event, this non-Blood Bowl event?
no. It'll at least give us another episode for show fodder.
Maybe we do a show all together in person while we're there.
Mhm.
Maybe we could do some Facebook Live videos or something.
Sounds good. Biron, you said you wanted to discuss Fumble as well. This is a Blood Bowl poopery episode, if you
Mhm.
will.
Not that I have any interest whatsoever in playing it, because it takes out the only thing I like, which is the aesthetic.
I played. in the-
But I've been hearing some scuttlebutt about how it's bullshit.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't care if whoever agrees. Anytime I don't see my own dice rolls, like cubes being thrown from my hand
Or into a cup and then slammed.
or into a cup, and even that's still a little like, what happened?
What's going on?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? It's like the tooth fairy. Like, who the fuck is under the pillow? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of shit's going on that I can't see? I'd love a camera inside that dice cup, by the way. I want to see the dice. And you don't get that in Fumble. You don't get that in the Blood Bowl video game. I've had games where the amount of ones and skulls have been beyond anything I've ever come close to in the tabletop, like well beyond. I've also had some games where some complete bullshit has happened. Now, do I think that an underdog gets buffed and somebody winning gets nerfed? I don't know.
Like
Maybe.
the blue shell in Mario Kart.
Right. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just unfulfilling when I don't get to see my own dice rolls and their own dice rolls. So I played in a Fumble league, had all people we know. That was cool. I even made the playoffs. We all made the playoffs. I even won
Playoffs.
I won my first playoff game, just somehow, and surprised, even though I lost pretty much every game in the season. It's still not going to be tabletop for me. So I did that, and then I played in a Fumble tournament with Extreme, and played against people I didn't know. Nobody was a dick. Everyone was fine. Whatever. It was supposed to be a North America tournament, and I played everyone. All my opponents were in Europe. I thought that was weird, and my first thought was, who's signing up to this?
Wasn't one of the guys just named German Player One or something?
No, I looked up their name. They had real names. I looked them up in Fumble and saw, oh, that's where they are. Now, I'm not saying there was foul play of any kind. However, if you know what you know about American Blood Bowl players, and you may think that they're not at your level if you're in Europe, do I sign up for the nighttime one to clean up on these fucking scrubs?
Like the old Blood Bowl casual tournament, the people that can't get into the regular
Yeah,
tournament go to the
40K
Defcon
casual,
casual.
Yeah.
Here's my 10 nights.
I didn't make the gladiator, but I can get in the friendly.
Yeah.
And here's my Thunderhawk gunship. Like, what the fuck?
Here's my entire Forge World Army.
How do you get a Thunderhawk in 1250 points, bro? That is
my entire army list is in a $80 PDF. Suck it.
Right. So Extreme Fumble. Are you done? Is it Dumble at this point? Are you done with Fumble? Are you still giving it a chance? Give me a taste of your misery that you've experienced.
It has been miserable lately. I'm not done because it's really my only way of playing Blood Bowl right now. So
get the reps in.
Yeah, I have to live with it. I've never been one to complain about bad luck or streaks of bad luck or think there's some conspiracy behind it.
Do you get to keep it all bottled up, ready to explode, or?
But damn, it's starting to feel like there's something behind it. I'm currently playing in an AF tournament, and I think there's one round left, and I'm pretty sure I have the wooden spoon locked up already.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. I'm real happy with that. But I've had 2 games where I had the officious ref kickoff result on the opening kickoff and lost a player for the game. So
what's the odds of that happening?
Right. So it's an 11 on the kickoff table. Okay. And then you dice off plus fan factor to see who loses. So you have to lose that roll. And then if you roll a 1 on a D6, he's gone for the game. So it's happened to me twice.
So about 50-50 then?
Kickoff.
Yeah, 50-50 for you. What he's saying is now you should buy a lottery ticket because you've broken the mold as far as
So I'm no scientist, but that sounds like a 1 in 600 level likelihood of it happening 2 in a row.
It wasn't 2 in a row. It was within 5 games. It happened to me twice.
What you're saying is it's already an obscure kickoff result, and then what happens as a result of that is already the most low.
Right. I mean, the first time it happened, I was like, well, that sucks. And then the second time it happened, I had to go get the rule book. I was like, why is this happening so often? I looked through it and I was like, I don't know. It shouldn't. But I've also had really bad luck with armor and injury rolls for and against me. So I'm down players early in every single game. I'm like down 2 or 3 players, and I never get those casualties back on the other side.
What team are you playing?
Dwarves. So
Sure.
I should not be down.
You should be a little more sturdy than that. Yeah.
Extreme. In my first game in our league, I played Dwarves, and first couple of games, I was just getting players killed, niggling injuries, missed next. It was nonstop armor breaks and injury rolls. And I was ready to fucking just give up at that point. So like, this is bullshit.
Is there a concede button in Fumble or no?
Yeah, it's called the power button in your
Yeah.
computer.
Oops.
It's called the 3 prongs on the back.
For NAF tournaments, you get scolded for doing that though.
Yeah, but like, you know what? Sometimes you need to get scolded. You know what I mean?
What was I going to say? I was going to say something else, but I don't know. So it's been miserable lately, but all my opponents have been fine.
Well, because you
can't
can't hear him
scold.
constantly talking, right?
Right.
You go on mute and say, "Look at this."
Well, what you're saying, Extreme, is you want to start a revolution of some sort, maybe hashtag show me the code. And I want to see what these dice rolls really look like.
What are they
No.
using a cheat engine? Are they using anti-cheat technology?
You know what? My opponent used the fucking Game Genie on me, so whatever.
He had it plugged into the back, and he has his
Yeah,
pamphlet of code.
like, I was about to score, and then both fucking guys from Double Dragon came out with unlimited lives and kicked the shit out of me.
Reptile ripped his head off and did a acid spit on your guy.
And then like Mario like floated up the wall. And
He
I'm like,
glitched out. Now, have you guys played the like PlayStation Xbox version at all?
Yeah. It's,
yeah.
it's
I
not
had
updated
I
for
played it a little
2020.
bit, and the rolling seemed really streaky in that too.
So what I think it is in some aspects, well, I know like my results that I have playing online are different than tabletop because I have trouble taking it seriously. It doesn't feel real to me. So I don't put as much effort into it, I guess. But I think the like true randomness that you get in computer stuff doesn't reflect the kind of random you get with dice rolls that aren't truly random,
Right.
because there's flaws and stuff in them. So I think that plays into it a little bit.
I was watching, going into dice versus random number generators. I was watching a bat rep of a game, and they were playing on the standard GW like cardboard pitch, and it was clearly on like a softer surface because it had no bounce to it, and they were rolling dice like this, and it would just flat wherever they dropped it.
There's some people that roll like they let the dice slide out of their hands.
Yeah, and it's like I could see them doing
Never-
it to cheat, but they were getting such shitty results. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, some people just like roll it like they're giving out Skittles. You know what I mean?
They let
Yeah.
gravity just do it all.
Yeah, like they're giving Halloween candy out. Like, give me a fucking roll.
Like
Yeah,
they're in a
you-
video game and they're creeping up on a ledge and they don't want to go over it quite
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it, I've seen that before, mostly Blood Bowl, but I think people actually consider like, oh, I don't want the models to get hit or whatever. Like, I think there's thought behind it.
Yeah.
But it always looks ridiculous because it's like,
And then if you get like really good results, it looks suspicious.
right. Then
Yeah.
yeah, I'll call you on that. So
That's why I actually learned to embrace the rolling cup. The one Brian gave me, the one from Chaos Cup, in one of my grab bags.
so what I do is I put a 6 touching my hand and I go like this.
And you get a one,
Yeah. And then I put my hand up and it's gone because of my hand sweat. It's stuck.
stuck to it, and the barbecue sauce.
It's like, yeah, and the barbecue sauce. It's like a shitty magician. I just showed everything, and I don't know. At that point, I don't even know what to say. You know?
But I don't know why dice rolling pisses me off sometimes. I mean, it's not as bad as a dice tower.
The show,
Click, 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 click. The sex offender guy.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think the video game I feel is more shady than Fumble
Yeah.
as far as dice rolls go. I think that one is set up to make a competitive game.
Yeah, I think it does a little bit of the Mario Kart catch-up mechanic.
I don't care if anyone agrees or disagrees. It's just how I feel after the game.
I think it looks great though. I like how it looks.
Looks great. I will say this though, I do get screwed up sometimes with how good it looks and like,
You
know,
need
'cause
the
there's
grid, like you can't see the grid.
well, there's a timer built in, I believe, and I've always played with that. So there's that. Sometimes I scroll and then like so there have been times like it's too good and I don't have enough, I don't know, video game wherewithal to understand what the fuck is going on, and I misclicked in there. Whereas my Fumble misclicks, it happens sometimes, but it's not the same reason, just because I'm dumb. It's not like I'm visually impaired like I am on the video. So I prefer not to play the video game. I don't, even though it looks cool, I just prefer not to because I just get confused sometimes. Fumble, I have no problem with any of that. But I agree 100% with the extreme point of it doesn't feel real. That's why I do weird shit in Fumble. I passed with dwarves in Fumble. And they're like,
Your
oh,
favorite thing.
what are you doing? It's like, because it's not
What?
real. It's clicking buttons. It's like cryptocurrency. It's not fucking real, you know?
Right.
Um,
It's not real, and you're forced to play side saddle too.
and I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're playing Joe Montana football style instead of Madden.
Fun fact, on the old Atari, there was an Atari football game. I think it was from M Network. It was those like angled games. And the players, like I had the yellow team, they look like scrambled eggs. If you run in your end zone, you actually come out the other side.
Yeah.
I did that one time against Dean, and it was like, holy fucking shit. It was like, I know, I was just being stupid. And
Sega Master System Pro Football was sort of like that, but you would never get tackled if you just went like this up and down the field side. You would score every time.
that's the pattern.
Turns out Japanese people don't know how football works.
You broke the code. That's equivalent to the cage in real Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
You've learned the tactic. You're good.
But it's like flying TIE fighters in X-Wing. Getting it to that formation is impossible.
I want to see like maybe some kind of like a series where they go to like TIE fighter school. I want to see the training. I just want to know. Like,
Can we get shields on our TIE fighter? Shut up.
yeah, like, is there a vision test? And, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so Extreme, you're playing side saddle. That already sucks. Questionable rolls. That sucks. But for you, it's all you got. For me, I think I would prefer abstinence over bad Blood Bowl. I'd rather not play any than play Fumble right now.
Yeah, that's probably a happy route that you could go down.
I don't think I'm going to get better if I play Fumble. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think in the tournament and the league, I don't think I learned anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there was, I'm glad I played this because now I'm going to be this much better in tabletop. I think that for the most part, and I'm not trying to say we're good. I'm just trying to say, I know everything I'm going to know in this game. I'm not going to get any better. I might stop doing dumb shit. Doesn't mean I'm getting better. Just means I'm choosing not to do dumb shit.
Well, that goes along with you're not taking it seriously as you would a regular Blood Bowl, so you're not gonna improve unless you buckle down.
Right, and I recognize that. Like, so like getting reps in doesn't really count if your reps suck. Like if you're not putting it in,
Yeah,
if
like,
you're not putting in the effort, then
you're benching the bar only right now. Like it's 35 pounds or whatever. Like it's,
I mean that's what I did in weightlifting class. So.
Was that last week?
My roommate in college took out a gym class in weightlifting, and your entire score was based upon improvement.
Yeah.
I go, how was your first day? He's like, yeah, I did. I almost got a personal best. I'm like, you're supposed to barely lift the bar on your first day, because then if you lift 50 pounds more than by the end, you get an A, you stupid idiot.
What does an A in PE get you though?
It affects your GPA.
Yeah.
I guess if you care about such things.
Well,
I mean,
magna cum laude, my friend.
But Alex last year took a virtual gym class
is
because of
the
COVID.
gym
and
virtual
stuff.
or was he virtual?
The class was virtual, so he had like a step counter watch, and that's what he had to do for his physical activity for each day. Is go
I
for a walk.
remember a Pokemon game that came with that, and you could level up your Pokemon by walking with this pedometer.
Yeah.
I put it on my aquarium's bubble filter that you stick,
Yeah.
and I had a level 100 Pokemon in one day. He could have done that.
I think it'd be cool to like take like a laptop with someone on there, a Zoom, put it on some wheels and put that on a treadmill. So then
They have that already. Peloton's got one.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying then I'm not actually running it.
Oh.
Like I'm on the screen, like, you know what I mean? And then what you see in the real gym is the virtual me on the treadmill, but I'm not really there, but I'm pretending I'm there. But my computer is getting really hot. You know what I mean?
Not nearly as good as but Gronk had that awesome training camp thing he had to do during COVID where they were assigned to do so many sprints and do all that stuff. So he did it all in one day, but he changed outfits each time. So that way he could just upload the videos each day and took the rest of the week off.
That's how we were going to do Slurpcast. We were going to do 2 at a time and switch.
That's why he's a veteran.
Yeah.
You don't get that kind of smarts out of a rookie.
Is Gronk another made up word like Griff on an orc team or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is Gronk short for Chaos Dwarf?
Yeah. Like, is there a team called the Onks, maybe?
That would be an Egyptian.
Hey, there isn't Techno.
Yeah, magicians.
The magician. Technobull has the onks, right?
Yeah.
All right, Extreme. So Fumble, you're going to continue.
I
Amidst the
am.
bullshit.
I've signed up for another tournament, but this next one will be a all-in-one-day tournament, so that'll be nice.
How many games?
4.
Oh, one too many, my friend. Hard
Are
pass.
you if they didn't have a separation in NAF rankings for Fumble versus regular, would you continue to do this?
Yeah, I don't really care about my NAF rankings anymore.
What
I
if
have
the,
a NAF ranking now, I think.
what if the next
Yeah.
3 tournaments you go undefeated and Dwarves you just fucking shoot right to the top again?
I don't have any faith that rankings mean anything, so I don't care.
So at this point, everything's fake.
No, I mean, when I'm playing against a real person on a board, it's real to me. And I guess the achievement now would be to win awards rather than have a good ranking.
So winning a tournament is still real. The ranking you get from winning a tournament is not real.
Because of the system, yes. If
What
it
if-
was like an extreme ranking system, then maybe I would care about it.
What if you won the tournament also because of the system?
How would that work? Someone's using the NAF rankings in their tournament.
I thought it'd be funny to say it in that way, like I don't know what I'm saying. So what if the person you're playing is real, but you're playing on Fumble at a table with somebody you know in real life?
I did that actually during that league that we played in. Alex came home for a weekend and we sat at the same table and played our game against each other.
Some battleship looking shit.
I
Right
bet you
there?
that. I bet you that was more fun than just playing a nobody, though, right?
It was, but I mean, it
Did he
was a
crush
very
you?
one-sided game. No,
Are you able to like make sure like his
Oh.
internet's slower than yours or something?
Oh, Blood Bowl's the one game you're still better than him at.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he did knock me out of the playoffs on a game that was complete BS. But
Now, we always make that joke about you being better than your son at this game, the only one, but has he not just, I don't think Alex has found the right team yet. I think once he does, he will be better than you.
maybe.
I think he's just kind of had a few misses as far as what his style is.
So
Yeah.
all three of you have spouses that have at least played Blood Bowl. Do they not want to play it
Mhm.
that much? Like I know Vanessa would never want to play Blood Bowl.
Yeah. So Heather wants to play Dungeon Bowl, and we did. We played a few, month ago, and she liked it.
Mhm.
She went to some Blood Bowl tournaments and played.
I know Jenny won. Was
Jenny
the first
won one. Yeah, she played in the
champion of
Slurpee won.
Slurpee Bowl won.
Yeah, first Slurpee Bowl. Now, some may say she was in bed with the TO,
That is, I can't confirm that.
but then Mike won the second one, same thing. So it's
Yeah,
like-
same way. Yeah.
and Frank won the third one. Gross. Extreme. You fucked him anyway. I think in my case with Heather, she just is like, it's too much bullshit, and I get too frustrated. Gets one roll, like you said, Biron, comes down
So
to
I,
one roll.
like we would be a good play against.
Right.
you.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing because that's the
Thrown
hardest.
over after one bad, 4+.
Everything coming down to one thing is something that a lot of people have a hard time with, and I get it. I get frustrated too. It makes you want to quit when everything you've done meant nothing. Essentially, it is a fucking roll off at that point,
Like
right?
you did all the right plays, and like now I'm gonna go pick up the
Right.
ball.
But I mean, we
Fail,
joke about
reroll, fail.
they just roll off, so you win, flip a coin. Isn't that what that is though? If you did everything, like to that point, and it's all like a fucking 4+ dodge roll at the end. You know what I mean? So it's frustrating for some people. I don't know if Mike could, like, is Katie, she played more recently, obviously. How is she feeling about Blood Bowl now?
I think if it was still the old rules, she'd be better. But
Oh, she doesn't
now
wanna learn the
she
new
feels
stuff?
what?
She doesn't want to learn the new stuff.
Yeah, she feels like she's judging herself because she doesn't know the rules, but she doesn't care enough to actually learn them. And she feels like other people would be judging her. And I feel the same way. Before they changed things, I felt I knew most, if not all, the rules, and even some of the weird cases and all that. Now it's just like,
What?
yeah, what's these fucking new coaches and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just flipping through the rule book. There's all this stuff that I didn't even know this stuff existed. All these
yeah.
weird-
I guess there's a level of when you play a game for so long and you feel like you know everything, like you then say, all right, I don't need to spend any of my brain capacity on the rules. Got it. I'm trying to worry about how to do better. And when you take that away, I can see where it might be frustrating for some.
And it's just, I can't read the rules now because they changed one word. And if I miss that one word, because I'm just like, oh yeah, this is the same. And then it's like, it's one word that's different, but it changes.
Because you just skim it. You're like, all right, this
Yeah,
is it. And then you
yeah,
missed the one
yeah.
key change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Extreme.
have all the books now, so I'm pretty happy about that.
There you go. Full collection. Cash value zeros. Don't even try to sell them anywhere.
Mhm.
Nobody wants them.
I enjoyed the fluff in the books though, quite a bit.
Good fluff.
Yep.
Will Jenny ever play again?
Probably not. I think she came to a point that she realized that she really likes hanging out at the tournaments and seeing everybody, but she doesn't like the game as much. And she didn't have to play anymore because I think for a while
She won.
played.
She won. She's
because-
done.
She won a tournament.
I mean, in leagues and stuff for a while, she played in leagues because they were always very small in our house and stuff, and it fleshed out.
It's
the
more of a
league.
social gathering.
Yeah,
Well, and she was also like doing you a favor.
right, to an extent. And then I think when we had kids and the kids were running around and stuff, she's like, it's not worth it anymore.
Not for everybody. You know what? If you're watching this one and you're like, huh, okay, I see we're talking about this game. Go back and watch the Blood Bowl episode next. Go back and watch that one. And you're going to see one of these people taking gigantic fucking diarrhea shits all over the game for 2 hours. How do you have gigantic diarrhea? I don't know, but he did it. So, Biron, at this point, anything you have to say for yourself?
I'm looking forward to playing sevens. I got to set up a bro date with Mike to do it, just so I know what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
because I have no idea. I just got to read the rules.
Biron, what would it take for you to play at Adepticon? Because we could get a game one going. But, Mike would probably arrange that.
Yeah, could I just play one game against JP for the first round and drop
Well,
out?
don't tell him that. Just fucking leave. Now he knows. Extreme, can you stretch that?
I will be there regardless, and I will bring my team just in case. We'll put it that way.
Do you have an odd man out, Mike?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
have one for Dungeon Bowl and one for
Did Dungeon Bowl fill up?
I don't know.
Oh, just wondering. Are you gonna
No
check?
idea. Haven't bothered to look. Haven't checked the email where they're supposed to send the rosters. I keep forgetting to do that. So
So
I'm a bad
when
GM.
they show up, you have to check tickets and their vaccination card too, right?
And do
I
a
have
butt
vaccination.
swab.
And their dick.
Yeah,
Yeah, check it.
I got to
Well,
anally probe them too.
With all the
yeah.
Europeans
Yeah,
there,
you
you
gotta
got to peel back the foreskin and get a sample.
Well, no, that's what he's checking for. It's cut only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, yeah.
An
Europeans-
American tournament.
And you'll offer circumcision on site. We got a rabbi right here.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I got a moil in the back there.
There's
So
there's probably one of these seminars has somebody with a scalpel can.
Yeah, just use a dirty X-Acto blade. that you're-
Actually, can I bring my Dremel with the fucking standing bit on it?
just sand it off.
You know what? The cutoff wheel. Let's make a clean cut.
yeah.
Cutoff wheel. All right. Bira, anything else? I don't even know what this episode was about. We just talked for 2 hours. I don't even know.
Did I see that pre-orders going up for the Wood Elf Worst Dice on the Planet and cards, I think, this weekend? You guys aren't up on the new releases?
Oh
we-
no, well, the ugly ass dice are.
Oh
We don't
man,
care- we don't
they
care
might be the
as
worst
much
I've
as you do.
seen.
No, you're the only person that still is like interested in stuff.
The card packs are all useless anyway.
Yeah, they're totally useless.
I like them.
I bought the star player cards on sale. Was that worth it?
Was that for the old edition?
Yeah, it's all
Oh,
for
shit, I
fun.
don't know. Were they?
Oh, did they
They
not
look
do? They haven't done stars yet for second edition.
But they were shrunk wrap.
Yeah.
That
They
means
were
they're
nib.
new.
Yeah,
If-
that-
If something's shrunk wrap, it's new, Mike. I mean to burst your bubble there, but it's new in box
Okay.
nib.
You should send it off to be graded.
I
Good
should.
slabbed.
Who do I send it? Do I send it to you, Extreme?
Sure.
You
You'll
just,
flab it.
you just write like
9.8, sucker.
send it back.
3.5 Slurpees done
I think I have.
So why are the cards useless?
because they're an old.
Even the 2020 ones?
I mean, you're never going to use them unless you start playing in a league that uses a whole bunch of goofy rules.
I like to buy everything.
Like half the rules in the rule
Got
book
this
that you
bag of
use that
stuff I
sound-
just found the other day.
sound stupid, like, you'll never play with.
I got oh no, special play cards I got. Are those still useless?
It looks like you have the right logo on there,
Yeah.
but how often are you going to use special play cards?
Right now.
Never.
I just got intensive training. What is intensive? We don't
Right.
use special play cards anymore? Even the prayers?
I think those are like in addition to the chart or something. I don't know.
Biron, are we using cards in our tournament?
Nah, unless you want to.
I mean,
Well,
Well, what about the?
oh, Mike's using them for the tournament, right?
Okay.
Well, those
No,
are still the old cards.
Oh, the Super Bowl
Well, what
ones?
about the ones
Okay.
that just have the players and the stats on them? Are those not good anymore?
I mean, you have a roster.
Yeah.
Put it on the card, just like
Put
Ronnie.
it on the
said.
card.
Put it on the card. Talk about useless cards. How about all the old 40K decks that are worthless?
I threw so many out.
Ah,
I don't think there's enough rules for a player in Blood Bowl to necessitate a card. Like it's all a pretty small
But here's
stat
the
line.
thing: when Mike shows me how to play, he's like 2 dead up, 2 dead block, 2 dead block, and I'm like, I don't understand it yet because Mike just tells me I can't rely on my opponent to do that. I was like, oh, that's 3 die uphill, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I need to learn. So maybe the cards are useful for somebody like flashcards.
on some dice cups.
Maybe.
And an 18 fan. Cool. I don't know what this bag is. All right. Well, that's it. 99 episodes done. We probably should just call it a day at that point. You know what I mean? Go out on top. But we won't. We're going to go out on bottom. And in a week, we're going to go through the fucking list. Fans of Zlurpcast TV from 2 years ago understand the importance of the list and the keeper of the list and the list of lists that we have and the scores and the fact that we had fucking categories and this and all these cool things we did back when we cared, like pre-Biron Blood Bowl, pre-BBB days, you know.
After
Good
before Battle of Yavin, before
Right, yeah, BBY. You know, the good old days, as some people would say. Let's get back to it. So in a week, we'll have a new score for Dungeon Bowl and Blood Bowl and Blitz Bowl and Death Zone and Dread Bowl and all these other games that we've covered. And I'm probably just going ones across the board and just fucking calling it a day.
Can we do a separate score for the SRG community versus the game?
The community is part of the game.
Oh, well, the game's gonna suffer.
The question is, can you separate art from artist?
I can, yes.
What about fart from fartist?
There you go, hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because I am a fartist.
Or butt to butt.
Butt to butt. Fart in your ass, Mike.
Ass to mouth.
Exactly. Been there.
It's like when you catch a fucking ghost. You know what I mean? All right. Well, I guess that's all. Slurpcast discussion. That's a Facebook group. There's social media. I think we have a Twitch channel. That'd be cool one day to do, maybe in person. I think we have a TikTok. Just look up Zlurpcast for all of those. But don't go to zlurpcast.com. Don't go there. Because the more you go there, the more the fucking private cheats who bought it thinks people are going there and will never relinquish it. So don't go to zlurpcast.com or else we'll never get it back. I lost it in February 2020 or gave it up February and we wanted it back in April and couldn't get it. Private cheats bought it. Got zlurpcast.net. You can buy clothes, but you can't get that .com back. What are you gonna do? End on a somber note, like all the greatest movies. That's it. Bye.
Flurpcast! to you by Nuffles. But you can't just roll a 1.